Hi, John. And it's been exactly what you all have been saying. Dave Roberts has talked about when he looks at these last two games, he's been seeing complete baseball games. We've talked about the rotation getting healthy, these strong outings from the starting pitchers. We've seen that, the bullpen getting back on track. Of course, they were excellent on the road trip, but to start this homestand, kind of fell off just a little bit for them to have some really quality outings here against the Blue Jays. All of these have been key moments. And then, of course, there's the at-bat quality. Dave Roberts talked about a little bit more of that earlier today.
It's important. This is the time that we've got to, hone our focus, mind the little things, which there's certain things when you watch us nightly, there's things that we can get better at, need to get better at. I think certainly the pitching, the good quality of starting pitching has certainly helped. Defensively, I like where we're at. And then I think the at-bats have been considerably better. And so as a result, we're seeing some runs on the board.
It's been a pleasant surprise. I mean, you're going to say you expected this, but he's really been lights out the last month.
He has. He's worked really hard on his delivery. He's healthy, most important. And I just really like the way that, he's got the blinders on and nothing's affecting him. And I think that, for me to say a player, specifically Tyler, is unflappable, that's a big compliment. And I think that that's something that, he's worked on because he gets emotional and he's such a good competitor. But I think that there's things that you can't control at times. And his ability to kind of lock back in on that pitch, that hitter is really, I think has been really, really impressive.
Like you heard from Dave Roberts when he's talking about Tyler Glasnow and how right now it's a go time for him. But it isn't just for Tyler, whether it's talking to someone like Mookie Betts and even Dalton Rushing, who I was talking to earlier today. These guys, they're understanding. When you look at the season, yes, the numbers are going to be what they are. But right now, it's just about focusing kind of day by day. What can they do at the plate to contribute? For someone like Dalton Rushing, how can he continue to build the relationships with the starting pitchers, making sure that they have each other's trust and are able to execute their pitches? So right now, that has been the key for everyone. Just looking at each day at a time, doing what they can to contribute daily, and really feeling good about where things are at, because they do agree that right now is kind of the time that they want to get going. Yes, there's still time till October, but things, if they can get on track now, they'll feel really good moving forward, guys. Hi, John. Yeah, they're coming together and they've been excellent. In the month of August, the starting pitching rotation has a 1.24 ERA. Dave Roberts today, he talked about just what he's been seeing from Tyler Glasnow with his return from the IL, what's made him so dominant, and what this rotation is going to look like moving forward.
I think kind of looking at our rotation right now as it stands with 6 guys, I feel good about every single guy that's taken the mound that particular day. So I don't think it's, one ace versus the other, because I think that each day, I feel really confident.
Just for Tyler today, what are you hoping to kind of see from him and just the continuation of really strong outings from the rotation?
Just to kind of build off of what we've done, what he's done. I think he's in a really good spot, physically, mentally, emotionally, and just continue to, build off that confidence that he has right now.
You see the 6-man rotation just continuing moving forward?
For the next couple turns, I think, but. We'll see. And I think that it's good because Emmett can start kind of to help our rotation, but also if we need to kick him to the pen, we can do that. But, right now, I think we all like where we're at.
Weapon, and he's a hybrid guy, but all of a sudden Yamamoto's in there, and so when you're going up against a ball club, they have so many guys that can go against you and shut you down in so many different ways, give you different looks, attack you with different styles, and you can see a different rotation going up against the Dodgers. You play them twice in 10 days, you might see 6 different arms, and so it's hard to get a beat on guys, but they have the scouting department, they have the stuff to shut down any offense, and you're seeing that against the Toronto Blue Jays thus far, knock on wood.
One, getting them all healthy is huge. The other thing, too, is as we show Yamamoto, I think going to a 6-man rotation really helps him a lot.
Right.
He has been the ace of this staff into this season. The way he started off, what he's done throughout this entire season. He's the one you've been depending on and relying on as your ace. But I think him really helps. That extra day's rest can really help him. So that's great to see that now guys are healthy. The other thing with guys being healthy and then really setting the tone is also helping out the bullpen, because we know the bullpen has been taxed. We know the bullpen has really thrown so many innings over the course of this season. They've dealt with injuries as well. Hopefully they're getting guys healthy here soon and getting some reinforcements back. But really setting the tone with those starters. When you have starters that you can depend on or rely on that you know are going to give you solid outings, you know, you're going to have hiccups here and there. That's going to happen. But at the same time, you know, okay, the next guy can help you alleviate some of those hiccups.
All right, still more to come. Shohei Otani making a bid to win a third straight league MVP award. Reached 40 home runs last night. And, oh, yeah, he's been great in his return to the mound as well. We're talking the big show coming up. Shohei Otani reached the 40 home run mark yesterday. Third straight season he has hit 40, fourth time in the last 5 years. Last night he reached 40 home runs faster than anyone in Dodgers history, doing it in the team's 117th game. And with his 54 bombs last year, Shohei is the first Dodger with back-to-back 40 home run seasons since our friend Sean Green hit 49 and then 42. That was 23 years ago. Nomar, let's go Access 360 on number 40 of the season last night.
You know, and number 40 was really impressive. The reason why is because he has a 3-1 count. And as a hitter, you know, in a 3-1 count, you're usually looking fastball. You're looking for something that you know you can drive. Oftentimes when you want to drive it, you want to look for something you can pull, so middle half. But here it's staying away. But I'll tell you, the front hip opens, but the front shoulder stays closed. We talk about how important it is for Shohei. So even if his timing off was just a little bit because it was a changeup, he got a 3-1 combio that was moving away. But he stays on it, and he's so strong that he's still able to barrel it and drive it out to center field. I mean, it's one thing to be slightly fooled and out in front, but when you are, and then you hit it, and you know it's gone to center field, just stop. You just shake your head like, really? That's unbelievable.
54 home runs last year. He's on pace for 55 this year. It's always great to be at the Ravine, especially when the Dodgers have a chance to close out the homestand with a 3-game sweep of the top team in the American League. Dodgers and Blue Jays coming up at 1 o'clock.
Whoever it is, it's amazing. Yamamoto's out of his slump. These guys are getting them off to really good starts, and we expect another one here today from Glasnow.
All right, trying to pitch the Dodgers to the sweep. Eric Lauer counters for the Blue Jays, who's having a great season for the Jays and always seems to pitch well here.
He certainly does. 3-0 lifetime at Dodger Stadium. Joe and Earl will see you guys at 1 o'clock. Right now, let's call our shots, brought to you by Southern California Toyota. Nomar, 14 career home runs against the Blue Jays, wore them out for your career. So you're going to lead us off today.
You know, a guy who's, you know, he's kind of cooled off a little bit, but hasn't been playing an awful lot because he knows his role. It gets a spot start. He's got one today. Miggy Rowe handles the bat. I think he has a big day today getting that start.
I like that pick. I got to go with the big man, Shohei Otani, 8-game hitting streak, and then I span 452 batting average with 2 home runs and 10 runs. Get your foot down, Shohei. Send it to the people.
Yeah, and Shohei was my called shot yesterday. I said he was going deep for number 40 on the season. He made me look good. You know what's going to make me look good today? Teoscar Hernandez. Hit a couple home runs against the Cardinals earlier in the homestand. Teo's going to have a big day in the series finale as the Dodgers go for the sweep. We're getting closer to first pitch with yesterday's win. The Dodgers picked up their 25th series win of the season. A sweep sure sounds a lot better than a series win, does it not? Tyler Glasnow will try to pitch the Dodgers to that sweep of the Blue Jays coming up. Plus, Alex Freeland's nifty over-the-shoulder grab warranted a wow from Clayton Kershaw. Also nabbed a spot in our plays of the week coming up. We've talked a lot about Mookie's season-long struggles, and while he never seems to think he has turned things around, the numbers this week certainly show that he's on a really good path. Since Tuesday, Mookie's 7 for 17, a home run, a couple of doubles, driven in 5 runs. He's scored 6 runs. He's also struck out only 1 time over those last 4 games. And when it comes to Mookie, one of the things Dave Roberts mentioned a couple days ago is that we're not seeing as many of those weak pop flies to the right side. Nomar, what have you noticed recently here from Mookie Betts?
Yeah, well, what I've noticed, and I know you hear, you know, Jerry and I always talk about the top hand and everything about that. And the reason we talk about that, it really affects the bat path to the ball. And I think the bat path is so much better. It's not as loopy. And we're going to go and see some of the video we're talking about. This was earlier. This is a fly out and earlier in July when he was struggling. And you can kind of follow the barrel as it's coming down, and it kind of creates this loop and comes up, where this is his home run the other night where it stays on playing a lot longer. Here, the reason I've shown this is the exact same pitch. So it's not like we have one that's maybe lower and this is why it's loop compared to the same pitch. Here's the home run. But when it gets to that spot, you can see why is this bat path here more on the same plane as we showed earlier compared to this one loop? Well, we should go up here toward the shoulder. We look at the shoulder, we look at the elbow. You see that elbow is kind of going more toward the sky. The shoulder is going up more, cleared out. This shoulder, this is when we talk about the shoulder being closed a little longer. Notice the elbow now. Where's the elbow pointing? It's not pointing to the air. There are times we even showed Mookie Betts at times when he practices, and we talk about him kind of staying through the ball and he practices, but when you're taking batting practice, he has a tendency to drop that barrel and that elbow goes in the air. Not that that's what his focus is on. It's just the drill as he's thinking about staying through, but it causes that to go up. This is why we always talk about not really enjoying that drill, because sometimes it could make that shoulder come out too soon. So we talk about top hand. Why we say top hand so much is because it allows that barrel to stay above the hands. But the other thing too, in order to throw that top hand, a lot of times people keep that front shoulder closed. I know it worked for me personally, is when I was flying out too soon, I thought top hand because I naturally stayed closed with that front shoulder when I thought about that top hand, and it kept the barrel. Whatever he's thinking, not saying he's thinking about that, but we like that top hand more because he's able to keep that barrel above the ball rather than looping and following through. So he's looking great right now, getting the pitches, hitting it, and I think he's getting a little bit more backspin on the ball than that slice going the other way.
Also, I love that demo, but also pitch selection and being confident. That's something that I'm watching for as well. Knowing which pitches to attack. That's a top hand type swing where you see the ball barreled up with authority. But for me, he's also a guy in his career showing that he can stay in the center of the diamond and also hitting the baseball with authority. Because what pitchers were starting to do was he can only have pull side power. So I'm going to keep the ball away from him. And that's where Doc was talking about those lazy fly balls to right center. Now he's starting to hit it with authority on the ground. And what that does is opens up everything. And like I said earlier in the show, when you have a guy that can hit line to line like a Nomar, you don't know where to attack him, and he's going to be aggressive. And now when he's in the box, he can see everything, not only cover the fastball, but stay back long enough to be able to hit the off speed as well. And so he's playing with a little bit more joy, a little bit more pep in his step. It might be scary hours right now at the right time for this team because he's such a valuable weapon. We've seen Freddie Freeman turn the season around. We're going to see Mookie Betts in the next couple of weeks do the same.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And if he can continue this the rest of the way, boy, what a season he's going to end up having by the time it's all said and done. Tyler Glasnow gets the ball today for the Dodgers. Missed all of May and June with shoulder inflammation, but in 5 starts since coming off the injured list, D-Train, he has a 2.17 ERA. The whip is under 1. What are you hoping to see out of Tyler Glasnow in the series from now?
Man, more of the same. Be able to provide the swing and miss. He's a tough cover. There is some swing and miss in that lineup, especially what they showed over the last couple of days. I love the Blue Jays lineup, but the bottom line is Tyler Glasnow, when he's able to throw that sinker and the cutting fastball and have that nasty 12-6 whooper duper falling off the table, tough to cover.
You know, I hope you noticed that what Kershaw did really well in Snell is they got ahead early. That's what they did, and especially against a team that doesn't strike a lot, they got ahead. So think about that. First pitch, be ready.
Dodgers going for a series sweep over the Blue Jays. Let's head out to the stadium. Joe Davis, Oral Hershiser, take it away.
All right, John, on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, welcome to Dodger Stadium. First place Dodgers, first place Blue Jays, and the Dodgers going for the sweep. Took a 5-1 decision on Friday night. It was Clayton Kershaw against Max Scherzer, and both guys at the top of their game. Kershaw came out on top with some help from Mookie Betts coming to life with a go-ahead home run. He drove in 3. And then they exploded in the middle innings yesterday after they got 10 strikeouts from Blake Snell. 9 runs in the middle innings, home runs from Muncy and Otani, a big 6-run 6th. And a chance at a sweep today as we welcome you inside. Joe Davis, our Hershiser, Kirsten Watson with us today as well. Dodgers been trying to gain some momentum and on the verge here of getting a sweep against the top team in the AL.
Yeah, they must have needed a good team to come in. Their offense has exploded. The pitching staff has struck out 21 Blue Jays in 2 games, so they are firing on all cylinders right now.
You mentioned the pitching staff. That's been the biggest story in this month of August, by far the best in baseball.
Yeah, they've been fantastic, and especially right in the rotation. You think about the names at the top top right now. These are the ones you expected when they left spring training. And you've got Yamamoto going, you've got Kershaw going, you've got Snell going, Glasnow's going today. And you think about these guys, the way they are getting them off to a hot start and then letting that offense explode.
And there is Tyler Glasnow, 5 starts since coming off of the injured list. He has a 2.17 ERA.
Strike one, very important from him because he turns people into minor leaguers when he gets strike one. But when it's 1-0, all of a sudden, there's above average hitter in the box.
For more on this rotation, we go down to Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, I'll start with Tyler Glasnow. Since coming off the IL with that shoulder inflammation, he has been excellent. And Dave Roberts was saying what's been key about his performance right now is he's really dived in on some of his delivery things, a few mechanicals, so he's feeling really good. He's, of course, healthy. And right now, he's got some blinders on, so there is nothing affecting him when he's on the mound. And it's not just him. That's up and down the rotation. You guys talked about how in August they have been excellent with that 1.24 ERA. There's a 6-man rotation right now, and Dave Roberts feels really good about continuing with that moving forward, guys.
All right, presented by your Southern California Helpful Honda dealers. He leads off, then Betts, then Smith. Freddie Freeman at first base, Tasker Hernandez in right, Andy Pages in center, Muncy bats 7th. Miguel Rojas gets his first start of the weekend, as does Alex Call. And in a team full of great surprises, there is no bigger one than Eric Lauer, who signed a minor league contract with the Blue Jays, started in the minor leagues, came up to pitch out of the bullpen, really looked at as a stopgap at that point, but he's been awesome. Beat Colorado on Monday just to run over 6 innings. He's now 3-0 with a 2.16 since the All-Star break. Faces Otani to start this one. And an 0-1 pitch. Shohei takes outside, 1-1.
How do you go from a guy that is probably hunting a job to one of the best pitchers in the American League? And talking to the people around the Blue Jays, it is about his command and the command of the hard stuff, the fastball and the cutter especially. So there is control, which is throwing strikes, but his is command. He's very edgy. Kind of like what we see with Yamamoto when he's locked in. He can flip his curveball in there for a strike kind of anytime he wants, but the fastball on both sides of the plate and the cutter into righties is very effective.
Kicks and fires 1-2. Otani yanks one in the air, deep right field. It's got a chance. It's tied. It takes one batter. Less than 24 hours after he connects on his 40th. He reaches 41, and we're tied at 1.
All that being said about cutters and fastball location, this is a missed location and trying to go low and away, and he throws it right down the middle with a little bit of cut. And a bad cutter is a bad fastball and easy to hit. Otani doesn't miss it.
So back at square one just like that. Strike on a ball on Mookie Betts. Sean Barber not having his best start. Well, Eric Lauer has dominated the Dodgers throughout his career. 2.63 ERA in his 12 starts against LA. None of those, though, have come with Otani in the lineup. Here's his 0-2. Freeman drives it in the air, left center field. Varsho's going back. That ball is gone, and the Dodgers take the lead. Freddie Freeman, an opposite field home run. He joins Otani out there in the pavilion, and the Dodgers have flipped it around just like that.
Couple of big left-handers have left the yard here early for the Dodgers. Otani hit a cutter. That was the first cutter home run since May 23rd off of Lauer. And then Freddie showing that opposite field power of when his stroke is good. It's usually line drives over there, but elevated that one.
That looked like it could have come off of Otani's bat.
Exactly. Ball carries a little better here during the day. 83 degrees and sunny. You don't get that for your 6'10 and your 7'10 starts.
2 youth baseball teams are stepping up to the plate in the name of friendship. Torrance is taking on the team from its sister city, Oshu, Japan, in their first ever friendship game series. KCAL News reporter Rick Montanez live at the North High School, where the teams have been trading hits all morning. And Rick, there's a little bit of a star power in one of the dugouts there, right?
Yeah. Jasmine, the manager for this team from Oshu, is the father of Dodgers superstar Shohei Otani. And we talked with him this morning. He says he's so grateful to bring his team of teenage players out here. They just finished the game a few moments ago. 14-3, Oshu took this game. So it was so much fun to watch these kids out here on the field playing and, getting to interact with each other, from making friends from around the world, essentially. So let's show you here. The city of Torrance welcomed in these special visitors on Tuesday. So a lot of excitement for it. Of course, they want to celebrate the friendship games. 20 young baseball players and their coaches arrived here. Youth baseball, wildly popular in Japan. This is a full week of celebrations that involves economic collaboration, youth sports, international friendship. This all started with 310 Baseball. They've been doing this exchange with Japanese teams for years. And so now the local league is working with the city of Torrance to create the friendship games. And of course, Oshu's team manager, as we mentioned, Toru Otani, father of superstar baseball player Shohei Otani. And we want to show you this clip here as well, because on Tuesday, as we reported, Otani hit his 1,000th career hit, which is exciting to see something like that happen. Superfans, of course, will know this fun fact that Toru Otani coached his son when he started playing youth baseball back in Japan. I asked him how he feels about watching his son now, since Toru lives in Japan, but he has to watch his son from a world away, seeing all his big success.
He became a professional player like 12, 13 years ago. That's a big success he felt. But he became Major League Baseball player and went to Dodgers and was his champion, the MVP. He really proud of his son. But he always worry about don't make an injured, stay healthy.
And a proud father, of course, would list off all of the successes of his son, right? So the team was actually able to go see a Dodgers game earlier this week and get a tour around Dodgers Stadium. So they, of course, are having a great experience as well. And as we come back live, we want to give some of these little baseball players here a chance to wave and say hi, because they're so excited to have a superstar name here on the field at North High School. And Jasmine, the excitement continues this weekend because there is an opening ceremony for the Friendship Games at Torrance Park tomorrow at 10 a.m. So there's still lots to see, lots of baseball to watch this weekend.
Oh, how fun.
And some activities to be involved in.
I love it. You know what? I think they need the ice bucket dumped over their heads for a good game. Get out there and do it, right?
It's pretty warm out here. They could use that celebration.
I'm glad the game wrapped up, though. Good for those kids and the whole community. Something they will never forget, I'm sure.
Yes.
All right, Ray.